Hey there, how are you? Hey, God's desire for me. You gonna try to stay awake? Well, I understand if you can't. How you doing this evening? I am doing pretty good, but you know, it is what it is. So, what's going on this Monday evening? We're in your neck of the woods. I guess most people are talking about um I don't know. I guess the weather. Maybe not. Happy King's Day, Martin Luther King Day. Thank you, Lydia Beshette Journey, my friend. New hair. Yes, yes. Lydia thought I needed to change things up for my live streams. And so I got a package in the mail and I was like, oh, where's this? Who, what? I don't understand what this is. So let me just leave it over here. And she called me and said, did you get a package? And I was like, oh, good, because I was concerned. I thought I had ordered something on accident. But yeah, and I love it. I think it's cute. Um, and she didn't just get the platinum because I like the platinum. That's cute. But there's all different colors. So y'all got, more things to see coming up. No telling what color my hair is going to be next week. How was your guys' day today? Um, I guess around the country, temperatures dropping. We're in upside down land again, where it's colder in Alabama than it is in Alaska. Um, my eyes. Ooh, my eyes. Maybe it's my glasses. Let's see if I have a glass cleaner over here. Uh-huh. Miss Fancy. Just call me Miss Fancy. Hey, Darcy White. How are you? I'm doing well. I am doing well. I had a pretty good day today. Uh, I'm trying to clean my glasses right now because I can't see. So yeah, it's 23. Oh my goodness gracious. I need to check to see what the temperature is here. Last time I checked it was 30. No, it was 26. It's now 25. Um, so I'll put it in here. Hey GT Junior. Um, how are you? Hey Mike. How are you tonight? Yeah, last time I checked, it was 30 degrees in Alaska, but it was 26 here. We're in upside down world again. Weather for Montgomery. Conditions are clear with a temperature of 25 degrees Fahrenheit, and the wind is blowing from the north at 7 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 42%. Hey, Brian Lynn, thank you. What wig? This is my hair. What you talking about? Lydia thought I needed a change of pace. She said, I think platinum would look good on you. I said, I think you're right. Let's try that. Oh, goodness gracious. Weather for Anchorage. Conditions are fog with a temperature of 32 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind is blowing from the east at 0 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 91%. Ooh, yep. It's colder here than it is in Alaska. Again. We're in upside down world. Again. It's supposed to get down to 22, I think, tonight. I need to check the temperature in my garage. I have a thermometer out there in my garage because that's where my citrus is, and I was just wondering how cold it was getting in the garage. It's not that I was going to do anything different. I just wanted to know. Just wanted to know. And it appears that it is, okay, it's 42 degrees in the garage currently. And the low temperature last, okay, wait a minute. The low temperature today was 42. So the current temperature is the lowest temperature that has been um, today. So that's fine. Everything that's out there can handle that, except maybe the moringa. The moringa won't, the roots won't freeze on the moringa, but um, the leaves will probably freeze. I had, I saw a video where someone was telling Canada to shut their door. Oh, the weather was spilling all over down here. Yeah, that's what they were saying last night. I mean, that's what they were saying in Zach's live. I was in Zach's live before I came over here to my own, and that's what they were saying in Zach's live. Like, close the door, Zach. You letting all that cold air out. But the thing of it is, it's colder in some places here than it is there. Like, it's colder here than it is in Alaska, which is crazy. Crazy. Mike's the coldest. Mike, you're always the coldest. Oh, 19. Douglas. Oh, my goodness gracious. Weather for Douglasville? Hold on. Douglasville, Georgia? Conditions are clear with a temperature of 19 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind is blowing from the west northwest at 6 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 40%. Wow. 19. Weather for Minneapolis. Ugh. Okay, did I read that wrong? Okay, I read it right. Um, conditions are clear with a temperature of minus 18 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind is blowing from the west northwest at 9 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 59%. Wow. You win, Mike. You win. You feel like a winner? You are the winner. Wow. So that tells me that maybe Alaska's a better choice than Minneapolis. I'm just saying. What's in your cup tonight? I'm sipping on tea. It is a mix of red tea, rose hips, and lemon peel and spearmint. And it's so good. So, so good. And this is the last of that blend. And I'm mad about it because now I got to figure out how to make it. A friend of mine used to have a business where she made teas, and I bought that tea from her all the time. And then she doesn't do that anymore. She's moved on and doing other things. She still has a business, but she doesn't make tea in her business anymore. And that was one of her house blends, and oh, it was my favorite. But she doesn't make tea anymore, so now I got to figure out how to make it on my own, and I'm not happy about that because I don't want to figure out how to make it on my own. I just want to have it. I just want to have it. Minus 21 air temp, not wind chill. That's crazy. Yep, you win, Mike. You dress right, warm, and best, and only get right. Okay, I'll take cold. No, I don't believe that. I mean, I do believe that in certain circumstances, but um, it's 75 in your house. How can you afford that? Well, I guess you guys have better insulation than we do, because it's 72 in my house, and my power bill is gonna be crazy. I know it's gonna be crazy. Um, um, but 72 is fine by me. That's warm enough for me. Um, but still, I don't see how you guys can afford to heat. And I've got gas heat. I don't have electric heat. But my gas bill's gonna be high. Hey, controversial cruise, and how are you? Thanks for coming in. Got all the auto corrected. Yeah, yeah, I understand. So, yeah, but it's easier for me to get warm than to cool off. It's not for me. As long as I don't have to work in in the extreme temperatures, cold or hot, um, I'm good. And even if I have to work in the heat, all you have to do is fan and you cool off. But in the cold, you can shiver and you still cold. You can layer and you still cold. You can be in hot. You can cover up and bundle up and you still cold. Sipping warm tea. I'm happy. Yeah. Yeah, I made bone broth. I was telling somebody I've been making bone broth for the last 3 days. And it's because I'm stupid. I didn't think it through. Because I could have made it all in one batch, but I ended up making three different batches of it. So that's why it's taking me 3 days to make it. But it's okay. Now I have it, and I have the base for soup. If I need soup, I have bone broth. All I need to do is heat it up and throw some stuff in it, and I have soup. In heat, I feel like my brain's cooking. I'm cold. I'm energetic. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not. I'm a fair weather person. I do not like cold weather. I can stand the heat better than I can stand the cold. Unless it's over 100 degrees, I'm still functional. Um, I can tolerate it. I can adapt. I can keep it moving. Um, Even if it's over 100 degrees, I can adapt to that. I mean, I can modify my routines and adapt to that, and work early and work late, that kind of thing. But in the cold, all I want to do when it's cold is sleep. All I want to do is bundle up under a whole pile of blankets so that there's no drafts and sleep until summer. So I had some questions for y'all today. She coming with them questions again. What is up with that chick? And she always coming up with these questions. I don't know if y'all are on TikTok, and if you're not, be happy that you're not, because TikTok low key, the people over there, they ratchet. I'm just gonna say I'm one of them, so that's why I can talk about them. But they are low key ratchet. Some people from Canada and the UK in particular, not just them, but in particular, Canada and the UK was like, the Americans are gone. The Americans are gone. Now we can eat our beans on toast in peace. TikTok is back, Mike. TikTok was gone for like 12 hours. Now, if it's gone again, that's fine. I'm not upset with it. Really, I'm not. But it was gone for like 12 hours, and somebody was like, "Oh, it's back." um, but those people in other countries was posting videos right and left. They was being ratchet. I'm like, y'all thought we weren't coming back? Now what you gotta say? Um, Weather for Edenton. Conditions are clear with a temperature of 27. Ooh, 27. Ooh, 27 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind is blowing from the north northeast at 6 miles per hour. And the current humidity is 75%. Hey, Ivy B, how are you? Mayor Gordon Stone shut down the the town as of noon tomorrow. Our town over here, on the east side. We got an email. I guess it came. I'm not even really sure. I think it went out to the homeowners associations in the town. But anyway, there was an email from the mayor, um, talking about please look out for the elderly and um, our most vulnerable in the population, and please be aware that the conditions on the road conditions are going to be um, not safe and all of that stuff. Yeah, any hint of snow, ain't even got to be a hint of snow. All they got to do is go. Smells like snow. Schools are shut down. Auburn shut down. AUM is shut down. I'm like, the universities are shut down. The elementary schools, the public schools are shut down. It's like, what? They are shut down. It's like, what? Hey, Carrie, how you doing? But yeah, they don't play. They shut that stuff down. Um, cause you ain't gotta have a one school bus to slide to the edge of the road. It ain't gotta get off the road. One school bus slide to the edge of the road, and people gonna be up in arms. No, we're not having school. Keep your kids home. Y'all stay home unless you. I'm gonna say it because that's controversial. No controversy over here. But yeah. But yeah, I was over on TikTok for a good bit of the day today, laughing it up because those people was ratchet. They are pure ratchet, and it's totally entertaining to me. The ratchetness of it. What the hell, Snoop? Excuse me. So I was over there laughing it up. And then I did a video and I got flagged over there. And they was saying it was inappropriate for some audiences. And I was like, I know good and well my video is not inappropriate. And so of course I appealed that flag and they approved the appeal. But I was like, how what I didn't do nothing. It's like y'all just acting all kinds of crazy. But it was fun anyways. It was entertaining, and that is the good thing about it, was entertaining. And then Bella had me outside in the cold today, pretending that it was warm because she wanted to be outside. And I was like, but Bella, it's not warm, honey. It's cold out here. And then as soon as I was out there, decided I was going to do a little bit of work, she decided it was too cold to be outside. So she wanted to come in the house. And I'm like, okay, you can go in the house, but I got some work to do. And so then when I was outside and she was inside, wasn't happy with us. She needed me to come inside with her. I was like, really? There were some lost people for a minute though. They didn't know. They didn't know where to scroll. I know that's right. It's funny though. There were some videos over there where people were saying, "Where is everybody? It's so quiet. It's so quiet. What happened? It it used to be so noisy over here. It used to be so loud over here. It's like when your crazy auntie that always shows up to everything and is really loud and is always the center of attention suddenly leaves and everybody's like, and then nobody don't have nothing to say and they feel kind of awkward because there's nothing being said. It was like that. But anyways, my point for even bringing all of that up was um none of these platforms are going to be around forever, you know. um sometimes it feels like they will be, but um just like MySpace is no longer, um just like Yahoo groups is not a thing anymore, just like um all those discussion boards that we used to have back in the day don't exist anymore. These platforms are going to go away eventually too. They're going to be replaced by something else eventually too. So, you know, don't don't hang your hat on it. Don't put all of your energy in it. Be prepared to be flexible. Be pre- be pre- be prepared to pivot. Um, if you have content anywhere, back it up. You can repost content on a different platform if you have it. But if you don't have access to it, then and you can't get to it, then you're starting all over again. You don't want to start all over again. So back your stuff up. If you don't know how to back your stuff up, figure it out. Ask somebody, um, so that you have it. If there's stuff that if you do shorts over here and you film them directly onto the platform, download them. You can download them or upload them or whatever. Save them someplace in the cloud somewhere so you can put them someplace else if you want to. Um, you know, when you prepping is not just about your food and water and medication and things for when the power go out. Prepping is for when whatever is the standard of today changes. You need to be prepared to make that change, to pivot with that, to transition, whatever that transition is. Black Planet. What's that, GT Junior? But yeah, be prepared to pivot on that, and it's just like anything else. If you are not managing your budget so that you have time to react should something happen to your major source of income, you might need to make some changes or think about making some changes so that in a pinch you can make it through. All I can say is that um, I was working for the federal government when the government shut down for 37 days. Oh, Black Planet. Yeah, it was a platform. You're right. I forgot about that. Um, if I hadn't been prepared for emergency, then what would I have done? I also, we had a situation where my husband wasn't working for a while. So we went from a two-income family to a one-income family overnight. If you're not prepared for something like that, you know, in this country, um, people become homeless because of something like that. Um, Fortunately for us, we were able to weather that storm and make it through. But not everybody can do that. And if you're not in a situation to do that, think about what you can do to make yourself and get yourself in a position so that you can go, if it's one check, okay, work to having one check, in savings, and then three checks in savings, and then six checks in savings, so that if something should happen, then you've got a 6 months buffer for your family. Um, and I know it doesn't seem like it's possible, but one of the things that my dad always taught me is that if you're spending more than you're making, that's a problem. Not only that, if you're not saving part of what you're making, that's a problem. So, and this is what I told my son: you either have to increase your income or lower your overhead. Those are your choices. You can increase your income or lower your overhead. People think they can't lower their overhead, but I'm here to tell you that there are ways to lower your overhead. And not only that, Gina is getting ready to do a series where she's doing meals that'll feed a family of four for $10. Home cooked meals that will feed a family of four for $10. Who that girl? Hey, Lisa J, how you doing? Lydia thought I needed a new look, and so I got a new look. Thank you, Best Yet Journey, for my new look. And this is not the only one. Y'all go see more because she sent me a whole box. These things are so funny. This stuff is plastic. So yeah, there's no candles around me because I'll go up in flames. But yeah. But yeah, so be on the lookout for that. Gina's getting ready to do a series of meals that'll feed a family of four, um, for less than $10. So if you can't figure out a way to lower your um overhead, she's helping you with that. She's budgeting. She balling on a budget. She growing on a budget. She balling on a budget. She eating on a budget. and she's showing you how to do it. And she also is considering doing some couponing if people really want to know how to, do some couponing and do that thing. There's some ways you can flex, and people, you cannot be too proud to learn how to flex. I know, no candles around here today because this gonna go woof. But yeah, so and that's, I mean, I think that's that was my whole point of bringing up the whole TikTok is gone, TikTok is banned, blah 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 blah. If if for those people who are earning a living over there, you have to say, well, what happens if that goes away? What is your backup plan? What is your plan B on that? Because if you don't have one, you need to get one quick, fast, and in a hurry. Because that is just it's literally it's at the whim of somebody who does not care nothing about you, whoever that is, and we don't even know who it is really. We have no idea who it is. So I have another question for y'all for the gardeners in the room. Andale said, "Thank you for sharing this information. I want to be value added. I do want my channel. I want my content to be value added. I want people to be able to come over here and get something. Yes, I do want you to be able to be entertained. Yes, I want to keep it light. I don't want it to be any trauma, any drama, any of that kind of stuff. And no, we're not going to get into religion and politics because that's just something that I was raised not to discuss. It's just not necessary. Your opinion, your beliefs have nothing to do with me. Um, they don't have anything to do with me. That's between you and your God and you and your politicians. And that I believe that's how it's going to be over here. But I do want this my presence here on this platform to be value added for people. I want people to be able to learn something. I want people to be able to grow, to be um, and I want to learn from you guys too, because I there's a lot of knowledge out here, and that's why I come with the questions. I come with the questions, and I come with some answers, and my answers are not your answers. My answers are my answers for me. Your answers for you may look different. And one of the questions that I had for today is, I think Broke did a video on it, which I haven't watched yet, but I will get to it. Pruning for you gardeners. Do you prune? Gardeners, do you prune your fruit trees, um, or anything for that matter? And if you do, when do you prune? Why do you prune, and how much do you prune? And we've had this discussion. I think Demu was one with talking about his plan for his trees. He's got a 5 year cycle on his trees. If he buys a tree and it doesn't produce within 5 years, that tree is going to become compost. He's getting ready to put it on the burn pile, and he's going to spread those ashes over something else because he's not going to give more than 5 years into it. But he was also talking about that he prunes back to, I can't think. I want to say he prunes back to 2 or 3 nodes. Look at that. This thing. I'm not talking to you. 2 or 3 nodes. He says he prunes back a lot of his stuff back to 2 or 3 nodes. But yeah, do you prune it, and how much do you prune, and why, when, and why? And the reason I asked this is because I was out in the yard today with Bella, and it was cold, and I was like, let me cut back these muscadines because I hadn't pruned them yet. Um, and I usually try to prune them when they're dormant, the muscadines, and usually I try to prune them according to the is it Ison's? I think it's Ison's that does muscadines. I try to prune them according to Ison's. I never get it right. Um, but this year I said, um, I'm cutting it back. I'm cutting everything back to that main stem. All of the stems I'm going to cut all the way back to the main stem. And so that literally was about to maybe 4 feet high off the ground was the main stem on most of my. I've got about 6 main vines out there, and I cut all of them back to the main vine. Now, if this muscadine dies, I don't care because it hasn't been giving me that much anyway. Um, but I said I'm gonna just prune it heavy this year. I'm pruning it heavy. Um, so yeah, Darcia White, if you're not growing food, why not? Why not? Because you can grow. The people in this room are some of the people in here are growing food year round in places that have harsh environments. Mike is in the negatives right now. I'm sure he's got some growing right now in the negatives. They're growing inside and outside. GT Junior grows in his garage. Um, and outside as well. So yeah, and you can start small. That's another thing. You can start small and you can start where you are. Let me come back to that question, Darcia, because I want to talk a little bit more about pruning. Um, Anybody who prunes, I don't prune my azaleas. Um, Andale, but I don't have many. I take that back. I do prune my azaleas. I have one azalea that I prune heavily every year, and then I've got 2 other ones that are smaller that I don't prune at all unless they have dead part. If there's some dieback or something, then I'll clean it up, but I don't really um because it's one of the smaller ones. But when I lived in South Carolina and I had the giant azaleas, the ones that get really big, like 6 feet high. I had those giant azaleas under pine trees in my backyard. I didn't prune those at all because I really, really love those. I like them really big and bushy and that burst of color that they have. But that's because they're where they were, the placement of them out under the trees. It was beautiful. In fact, you know what? I might get a couple of azaleas and put in my backyard because I do have some pines back there now. I know my neighbor was like, "That is a jungle over there. She forever planting trees." But I have 2 apples, 5 plums, a pear, and a peach tree, and a fig. I'm trying to figure it out. I was like trying to figure it out. Um, and I haven't pruned any of the, well, yeah, I haven't pruned any of those. One of the plum trees died back. And so I cut back where it died back and it came back out. So, but yeah, we cut 2 back hard, but they are in front of the house. We let the others grow. Yeah, yeah. It depends on where they are. Cause like I said, the one I do have that I cut back, it's a bigger, it's supposed to be the same as the ones that I don't cut, but it grows faster and better than those. But it gets some dieback in it, and so I cut it back. Um, the azaleas. Um, Now I do have 2 um gardenias that I cut back to 5 feet tall every year because they get really big, really, really big. Um, and they're really close. They're close to the house, and so I just cut them back to 5 feet because I need to be able to use that space. I need to be able to get over there. And then I've got 2 camellias. Camellias? Yeah, camellias in the front. One of them has struggled since we've been here. We brought it here in a container. We planted it when we got here, um, 25 years ago. The other one is just humongous, and I do cut it back from time to time when I feel feel like it. But it's like we have a lot of deer, rabbits off the off deers, rabbits off the wall, birds. Yeah, I don't have deer here. I mean, there's deer here, but I have a fenced backyard, privacy fence, so they don't really get in the backyard where my garden is. I do have rabbits. There's a lot of rabbits in the neighborhood and squirrel in the neighborhood, and we have moles or voles or something that dig in the yard. I would strategically placing dog poop today. Uh, don't come for me. I, I was scooping the backyard and I came across a place where something had been digging. I was like, yeah, you need some dog poop right there. I don't know if it'll help or not, but that's what I was doing today. I was gonna put it over, in a corner somewhere and let it break down naturally, but no, I left it for the small rodents that might live underground. Let them know there's a dog here. Um, but yeah, if you're not growing food and you want to get started growing, the garden community on YouTube is very helpful. Um, Very nice, very helpful, and will hold your hand the whole way. If you, I mean, seriously, if you want to grow food, and you can start where you are. Um, if you have small spaces, you can grow inside. I've got a tomato, some basil. Um, I don't have no lettuce yet because it didn't germinate, but I'm gonna have some lettuce, some celery, and some clover growing inside right now. Trying to think if I have anything else growing inside. I might, because I can't remember what all I have in there. And I have another unit that I'm gonna get set up here. Um, I don't know, within the next month or so, um, and plant some more stuff inside. If you're in an apartment and you have a patio or a balcony, there are patio and balcony growers in the community that can help you out. If you want to grow in containers, there are container gardeners here. Um, Miss Georgia Peachnut does a lot of growing in containers. She has a deck garden as well as a garden in her yard. She's got some in ground and some container garden and some of everything. So if you want to do that, you can do that. We've got like I said, GT Junior and Mike both do indoor gardening and harsh conditionings and outdoor gardening. So yeah, there's lots of people here that will help you to get started. And like I was saying, you can start small and it can make a big difference. Just growing a few things can make a big difference. Because wouldn't it be nice to not have to buy onions ever again? You know, onions are easy to grow, relatively easy to grow, and you could grow onions on a patio. And you could grow a lot of onions on a patio. But like, wouldn't it be nice to never have to buy, I don't know, um, celery at the store? You could start there and say, you know what, I just want to grow celery. And I want to grow a lot of celery. I use a lot of celery. I want to grow a lot of celery. Or whatever it is that you eat. One of the nice things that I like about growing is like if I decide I want to make some soup and I want some greens in it, I can step out on my patio and get some kale right now. It's gonna be frozen kale, but I can get some because I it's right there and I've done it. I In the middle of the night I've gone outside with a flashlight to pick some collard leaves because I was making some soup and I wanted some greens in it. And it's like I just need 2 or 3 greens. Let me go out here and I pulled them. Yeah. And lettuce, whew, I refuse to buy lettuce at the store. I don't even eat lettuce because lettuce has been things one of the things that has been recalled over and over and over again, and it's been recalled in almost all the formats that it come in. Um, and it's like, I don't know, why would I buy that? So if I want lettuce, I'm gonna grow it. And if I can't grow it, I'm not gonna eat it. I'm just not gonna eat it. But if you like lettuce and you like salads, you can grow lettuce. You can grow lettuce. You can grow lettuce inside in an aero garden and have fresh lettuce on hand all the time. I wanted a chicken and rooster. Bird flu took that right out of my head. I do have avocado plants. But here's the thing with bird flu. You know what? I'm not going to say that because what do I know? I'm not a scientist. I'm definitely not what is that word? I'm not one of them kind of scientists anyway that studies chickens. But why is bird flu so selective? Bird flu really affects layers a lot because the prices of eggs goes up and they blame it on the bird flu, but the prices of chicken don't go up. You can still go to Costco and get that rotisserie chicken for the same price. You can still go to Sam's and get that rotisserie chicken for the same price. You can still go and get your wings for the same price. They got wings. Now they did have there was one time where you was having a hard time finding traditional wings. You couldn't get traditional wings. You could only get the boneless wings. And I'm still like, well, if they boneless wings, they still came from a chicken. So why is it the layers are affected so much more by the bird flu than the meat birds? That's what I want to know. And why aren't quail or Cornish hens or turkeys as affected by the bird flu? There's something going on and I don't know what it is. But I don't think it's the bird flu that's the problem. And the other thing is, I don't know what it was. It is. There's somebody was saying that, thank you. Hey, bye, you sugar, 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 sugar. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Do you like my new look? I think platinum is my color. I really do. I think it's my color. I had my grandmother's sister, one of my grandmother's sisters, hair. Actually, her hair was it was more of a gray than a platinum. It was more of a steel gray color, but it was solid steel gray, and she wore it in two braids, either down, two braids down like that, or um, you know what I'm talking about, where you pin them up. She wore it like that. Um, in fact, I did her hair. I pretty much took care of her hair for her because she had very bad arthritis and she couldn't do it. So I washed and kept her hair up for her. But she had the most beautiful steel gray hair. I didn't get those jeans. I didn't get those jeans. And it's funny because my grandmother, my grandmother passed when I was really young, so I don't remember her. But my brother, who is 9 years older than me, kept my grandmother's hair up, and he was saying, that her hair. She also kept her hair in braids, and she kept her braids. She didn't wear hers pinned up. She wore hers pinned back. So she braided them down and then pinned them back. But she always pinned them back. But she had those same long braids, and it's like, I don't know why I didn't get those jeans. Actually, I did, but I wore my hair in braids so much when I was a young professional when I got out of school because I had to wear a hard hat every day that I just don't want to wear it like that anymore. But yeah, I wore two French braids to work almost every day because I had to put on a hard hat almost, as soon as I got to work, I was wearing a hard hat. So I had my hair in French braids all the time. But anyways, boneless wings to me is not real chicken. Well, Darcia, that's the thing. I'm not sure that it is real chicken either. If it doesn't have a bone in it, I don't particularly wanna know. I don't wanna. Yeah, I don't even want to think about it. But yeah, there are plenty of people out here though who will help you. Um, if you want to get started gardening. There's plenty, and all you just got to say I want to do it, and and that's what we'll help you get started. And it's easy. It really is easy. I should start a gardening class. Because there's a lot of things that you can grow. People don't realize it, but there's a lot of seeds that you can get from the foods that you're buying at the store. Sometimes they're not true to form, but sometimes they are. There are things that you can grow from the stuff, like you can grow garlic. If you buy garlic, fresh garlic at the store, you know, instead of buying one clove, buy one bulb, buy two, plant one. Break it apart, plant one, and then the next year you won't have to buy as much. Now that's my goal. Garlic and onions. My goal is to have enough garlic and onions in my garden that I never have to buy any. And I'm getting close. Um, Getting pretty close. I have not bought garlic in 2 years now. I don't use a lot of garlic, but I use some. And I'm trying to even increase what I'm producing. Right now, I'm producing enough for me to get through the year and have enough to plant. Um, and I'm working on that with onions. Onions is a little bit slower going. I do have onions out there. I have the bunching onions. I have a bunch of those, a bunch, and a bunch of onions. Um, but I've got bunching onions out there, and that's another one that you can grow. If you buy scallions or the green onions, if you cut the tops off of those and leave, maybe an inch, put that in the soil, just leave the top out a little bit, you can grow some more, and you can just cut the tops off of those and keep cutting, come again on those. And I have some that are this big at the base. They were that big, but now they're this big at the base and they're tall. I had some to go to seed last year. I grabbed the seed and threw it in the um in one of my containers, and now I have a whole container full of little ones out there. I need to thin them out, but right now I'm not even gonna be bothered with it. I'm like, y'all, if y'all survive the winter, I'll thin you out this spring so that you can get some size on you. But yeah, even that, if you don't have to buy onions, because guess what? Onions were recalled this year. Yeah. Was it McDonald's onions that had the recall on it? I have a red pepper, and I know I can use the seeds in that pepper and plant those. Yep, you sure can. And I have grown peppers from seeds from that I've gotten from peppers, blah, 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 from seeds I got from the grocery store. I sure have. You can do that. Y'all, I started a sock today. I don't know. I don't even know if I have enough yarn to do a pair of socks. So I think I'm gonna start it and I'm gonna do like the foot, and then when I get ready to turn the heel, I'm gonna change the color. That's so they be two-tone, but I don't know. Let me just not say anything because I don't know what I'm gonna do. Hey Jamerica, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you being here. Um I had another question. Where's my book? I have my book over here because I write stuff down. I write stuff down so I can ask people questions. People who have businesses. Oh, yeah, that. Um, oh, y'all. No, that's what I wanted to do. We were talking about goals for the year, things that you wanted to accomplish for the year, steps that you were taking. What have you done toward meeting those goals, that kind of thing. Anybody want to jump in here and give us an update on where you are and what you've been working on this year? But let us know, how's it going. Um, what steps have you taken? How are things going? Um, what changes have you made to your plans? Have you made any changes to your plans? Are you still on track? I need to do something. Do I need to do anything to them before I plant it? The seeds, the pepper seeds? Nope. You do not have to do anything to pepper seeds before you plant them. You can take them straight out of the pepper and plant them. You can dry them on a paper towel, and save them, and then you can plant them the next season, but you don't have to do anything to pepper seeds before you plant them. Um, I finished my yard. I know y'all think, what? This woman been working on this yard forever. I have. It took me like 2 months to get the last of those leaves raked up. I raked up, finished raking up the leaves, put them in my compost bin. And then there were still some leaves out there, but I decided I wasn't going to rake anymore. So I got my mower and I mowed um, the yard. And my mower is a mulching mower. So I mowed and mulched the rest of those leaves down. And I'm done, and my yard looks better. It doesn't look great, but it looks better, and I am happy that it's done. But that was one of the things on my list to do, is to finish that yard, get those leaves up, because I didn't want to call. I have a lawn guy who I could have called and he would have mulched it down for me, but I didn't want to call him because I want the leaves. I want the leaves on my compost. Then I want to be able to use that compost in my garden. And so I needed to get out there and get it done. And so that's what I did. I got out there and got it done. So I am very pleased with that. Um, I'm struggling, y'all, and I think I'm going to do a video about it. But I'm really struggling with eating, with my health. My health is not where I want it to be. My eating, my exercise is not where I want it to be, and I'm struggling with it. But um, but I'm not giving up the fight. I'm not. So I have been exercising. Um, Yard work counts as exercise, but on the days I don't do yard work, I still exercise here in the house. And on these cold days, I'm not getting out there and walking, but I do have a mini trampoline, a rebounder, and I've been using my rebounder. Um, some, not as much as I want to. I really need to up my game on that and do it at least 4 times a week. But I'm getting there. I did 15 minutes today. So I started with 5 minutes on that rebounder, and I'm up to 15 minutes um, at a time on it. And so I think I'm gonna start doing 15 minutes twice a day. I know I can do 15 minutes and be fine. So I'm gonna start trying to do 15 minutes twice a day. So that'll give me 30 minutes a day, um, 3 days a week on the rebounder. And so I'm happy with that. It's not where I want to be, but I'm making progress on that. And that's in addition to um, my squat challenge. I'm up to 135 squats. I'm not doing that every day either, but I'm doing at least 4 days a week on the squats. And I'm trying to increase them as I go. So, but yeah, that's I'm really struggling with that, y'all. Struggling with eating. Whoo, I'm doing better, but I'm not where I want to be. I really am not where I want to be. And so I'm working on it. And I'm thinking about, like I said, I'm thinking about maybe doing some videos on that. I don't know. What do y'all think? I don't know. Is anybody interested? Does anybody care? I don't know. I don't know. Uh, do we have any knitters in here? Crocheters, knitters in here? I haven't. I guess I made a pair of socks last year. Yeah, I did. I made a pair of socks last March. Um, but I haven't knitted anything since then. I don't think I have knitted anything since then. So I thought I would start on a pair of socks. By you should join me and a few others in our community. We've given up our processed sugar and are going to start limiting our carbs too. 200, 225 today. That's just we're doing it as a group. Oh, okay. Crochet and knit. Hey, Carrie. Yeah, I just started a pair. I'm starting a pair of socks. I'm doing from the toe up. What community is that? How do I join you? By you? Tell me more. I try to keep my carbs down. Actually, I try to keep my carbs to less than 50 a day. I have not been succeeding at that. I really like to keep them for less than 20 a day, but yeah, that part. Um, but I got to get back on track. I've really fallen off the wagon with that. I did really well last year. Um, Not last year, 2023. Yeah, in 2023, in July 2023, I gave up carbs. Pretty much went zero carb, and I did really well up until about March 2024, and then I fell off the wagon and got hung up in the on the axle and been dragging ever since. And yeah, so yeah, okay, so y'all see it's coming along. There's the toe. I'm almost got it as wide as I want. I'm gonna do probably two more increases, and that'll be wide enough. Let me see. Um, Crochet and sew. Okay, yeah, I sew a little bit. I don't sew a lot. Um, I do mostly repairs on sewing, hemming, taking up stuff, do for myself and a few others like me, my Renaissance grandma, Tsitsi, Urban, and Wanda Carr. Okay, yeah. You got my contact information. You can hit me up with a text or email or whatever. You got my information. And I would love to have some accountability when it comes to that. So yeah, that part. I have a doctor's appointment coming up, and I don't even want to go because I know what she's gonna say. And the thing of it is I was doing well, and then I said I wanted to do better, and I did better, and then I was like, ugh. It went from doing I was on a really even keel, and then trying to do better got me way off track. And so when I fell way back to yeah. Bella's talking to me right now, y'all. You want to go outside? It's cold outside. You sure you want to go? Okay. Okay. All right. Stop. Stop. You caught in my yarn. Stop. Come here, you. Come here. Come here. Come here. She got caught up in my yarn, and now she won't come over here so I can help her get it off her face. Wow. Okay. That was fun. Not. So let me see. Who did I say? Hold on. Unicorn Lady, how are you? Thanks for coming in. Hey LP, did I not speak? How you doing? Thanks for coming in. I'm sorry. Hey Zach, did I speak? I'm sorry. I can't remember. I fell off the for the holidays and have been missing the bus ever since. But I will. Yeah, I'm slowly getting back on track. First of all, I have to eliminate the junk in my house, and so and that's hard eliminating the junk in my house. Actually, it's not hard because it means it has to be I have to be more deliberate about what I'm bringing into the house. Put it that way. When the holidays come around and I'm cooking for people other than myself, um, then I do bring things in that I don't normally eat, I use that as an excuse to eat things that I don't normally eat. Well, I need to not stop using that excuse because that's not a good excuse. Um, so definitely. Bella stepping on my, yes, she is still stepping on my, she does it on purpose. She steps on my feet. She comes in, she gets in my face, and she gets tangled up in the cords. And right. Hey, Zach. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming over here, Zach, tonight. It was fun over there. I'm doing pretty good, y'all. I'm doing pretty good. Um, Bella wants to go out, so give me a second. Let me let her out, and I'll be right back. Ugh, it's cold. You're not gonna want to be out there. No, let's go. Oh, hold on a second. All right, let's go. It's cold. I gotta put on a jacket. I'm not going out there without a jacket. I know y'all hear her drinking water. She was dying to go outside, and the minute I stood up, she decided she's thirsty. Come on, let's go. Hurry up. She's standing there looking at me like she didn't want to go out. Oh, my lilies are coming up. Why? Lilies. Do I have lilies? I don't have lilies. Hey, Jihad. How you doing? Yeah. She wanted to go out there. Then she turned around and looked at me like, it's cold. Like, I didn't tell you, make you go out there. You went out there on your own. My son and I made spaghetti earlier today. I'm eating it now. First time making spaghetti ever. It's pretty good. I haven't had spaghetti in ages. So good. Homemade pasta or just you just don't eat spaghetti? I'm not following. Yeah, Darcy, yeah, we were out and about. Where were we? Oh yeah, we were down in the south of the county, and we were driving down the road. And my husband, I was like, "Why are we going this way?" He's like, "I hadn't driven down here in a minute." And we were driving down the road. I was like, "Do you see what I'm looking at?" And he was like, "What?" I'm like, "Look at those maple trees." And he looked over and he was like, "I cannot believe it. The maple trees, the buds are swelling. It's January. The buds are swelling. It's probably a good 30 days early." So yeah, and then now it's gonna be sub-zero. So I don't know. Well, not really. It's gonna be in the teens. So yeah, crazy. I love spaghetti, but I don't eat spaghetti very often. I just don't do pasta that much now. I have been. That's the thing. I was doing so well. I was doing no pasta. I was doing no grains, and I was doing so well. And then something happened between, well, really November. It kind of started in November and December, and I really got off a track. And yeah, but I haven't bought any more pasta. I still have some pasta here. I have some rice noodles here. I have rice here. I still have a little bit of flour. I said I'm not even gonna buy any more flour, but Spaghetti's my favorite. I recently taught myself how to cook spaghetti in the microwave. Really? Whew. Spaghetti, a spaghetti sandwich? Oh my God. Now y'all making me. You're not wrong. I'm not saying that you're wrong. A spaghetti sandwich is good. A spaghetti sandwich is good. I use plant-based spaghetti, less carbs. Oh, okay. Um, I'm one of those people who doesn't like food that is pretending to be what it's not. Right? Like I don't want plant-based as a substitute for um hey girl, hey Drini. I don't want spaghetti squash for spaghetti because to me it's gonna taste like squash with spaghetti sauce. And I don't like squash. So yeah, I don't want that. Um have you ever crocheted baby booties? I have never crocheted baby booties. I'm sure I can make baby booties, but I never have. Do you need baby booties? If you need baby booties, there's a couple people in the chat who you might be able to hit up. No, you can email me. Let me know if it's something you need. I can do. I probably can do it. I just never have done it. You know who does has done baby booties? Mona, for sure. She does them quite often, actually. But yeah. But if you need some, I would say email me and let me know what you need, and we probably can work something out. Um, but I have never done it before, so I'd have to do like a little. I do a prototype for you and show you what I can do, and then you can decide if you want them. Baby booties are kind of a small thing. I bet you Drini's probably done a lot of them because Drini crochets. Um, Purple crochet with Drini, she crochets a lot. Um, Drini, you can anybody who crochets, you can drop your link. Actually, anybody can drop your link by typing in hashtag drop. Um, and if you want to get in touch with any of those people, I know, Drini, are you doing commissions right now? I know you were having problems with your hands, weren't you, or something? Um, but if anybody's doing commissions, and you've done baby booties before, you can type in the chat that you do them, so Hudson can get in touch with you. I have never done them before. Um, I've seen them. I've seen patterns for them. They look simple. Actually, I've got a book that's got whole baby layette in it. Because I will buy a crochet book in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, yes, I will. Because I'm that person. I like to have patterns. I like to have books. I like to not have to rely on the internet for things because the power might go out today. And if the power goes out today because of the ice and the wind and the snow and all of that stuff, um, that's good. I'm okay with that because I still can crochet because I still have patterns. I have written patterns. Let me see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Drini, what time are they calling for the snow to get over there where you guys are? You guys supposed to be getting some more? Did y'all got some? Yeah, y'all got snow last week. Y'all supposed to be getting some more, right? What time are they calling on it to get there? I sent my son a message, but he didn't answer me back. So I don't know what's up with him. He was supposed to be in all day today. Wherever he was in, they didn't have no phone service because he didn't answer me. I suspect he was sleeping. I will email you. Okay, cool. There you go. There you go. It's snowing here in Austin, Texas area. Yeah, I heard it was snowing in Austin. I heard it was snowing in Houston. So, yeah, it's coming this way. Y'all have fun. It's so funny when I read the what is it? Let me find my phone. When I read the winter storm thing, it was I know it's not funny, but it was funny to me. It was funny to me because it said winter storm warning in effect from 6 a.m. Tuesday to 6 a.m. Wednesday Central Standard Time. Heavy snow expected. Heavy snow expected. Y'all hear me? With the emphasis on heavy snow expected. Total accumulations up to 2 inches. That's what heavy snow is in Alabama, y'all. 2 inches. I thought I cracked up laughing when I read it. And of course, I sent it to my friends who live in Ohio and Indiana because when they talk about, okay, they already got 2 inches on the ground already. So, yeah, that's pretty funny. The winter storm warning. I cracked up. But I mean, I get it. I do get it because if you live in Ohio, you also have the infrastructure to handle the snow. And so that's not a heavy snow for you. We have no infrastructure, zero infrastructure to handle the snow. 2 inches will cripple the city. Actually, 2 inches will shut down the city for a week. Y'all saw what happened over in Atlanta. It snowed. So yeah, that part. I was cracking up laughing though. I was like, wow, y'all are being funny. Why y'all messing with us? And I'm trying to figure out this upside down weather. Am I the only one that sees this upside down weather pattern? They talking about Michigan possibly getting up to 10 to 15 inches. We didn't get that, but we saw a heavy 2 inches. Hudson said we got ours last week about 6 inches. See, if they had said 6 inches, I would have went, okay, yeah, that's a heavy snow. For here, 6 inches is a heavy snow. 2 feet is a heavy snow for some places. 2 inches? I still don't see how 2 inches of snow is a heavy snow. But granted, we haven't had accumulations of snow in Montgomery in a long, long time. I don't actually remember the last time we've had accumulation. We've had flurries, but we haven't had any accumulation. So that I guess that is heavy for us. Any accumulation is heavy for us. But yeah, it just seemed kind of funny. Definitely seemed kind of funny. I don't know. it's six. It's six. Ooh, Fahrenheit right now and windy. Oh yeah, you guys can drop. Yeah, let me drop it in. GT or Mike, drop your weather if you're still in here, so they can see how you do it. It's exclamation point. Oh, I cannot even speak. Exclamation point weather. Shoot, let me just type it in. So you can see how it is to type in your weather. That part. And you can either type in your name of your city or your zip code. So the weather for Minneapolis right now, conditions are clear with a temperature of minus 19 degrees Fahrenheit, and the wind is blowing from the west northwest at 7 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 60%. Weather for Montgomery, conditions are partly cloudy with a temperature of 25 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind is blowing from the north at 7 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 45%. And last time we checked, it was just 30 something in Alaska and Anchorage. Like, really? Douglasville, conditions are clear with a temperature of 18 degrees Fahrenheit. Ouch. And the wind is blowing from the north northwest at 5 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 42%. I remember it was 16 degrees, and I was staying. I was staying. Was I staying? I believe I was. It was. I think it was in 2018. And I was working in Atlanta, and it was like 16. And my son and my husband came over to visit me um, one weekend, and we went over to one of the shopping areas, one of those areas. I can't remember which one it was. Um, and my son was freezing. We had to go in the store and buy him clothes because he had on some shorts. He was like, I don't get cold. I don't get cold. I don't have no long pants. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it's going to be 16 degrees, son. I don't get cold. Blah, blah. And then we go to the store to get him some clothes. And he's like, well, I like these. I like, I'm like, go to the clearance rack. We don't care what they look like. We just care that you're warm. Whether for Dallas. Uh-oh. Okay, it got too many in there at the same time. So yeah. Weather for Dallas. Conditions are cloudy with a temperature of 31 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay. And the wind is blowing from the north at 11 miles per hour. And the current humidity is 36%. Okay. Okay. Weather for Tuscaloosa. 31 would be nice warm winter day to me. Whoa. 30 warm is frigid for me. A nice warm winter day is in the 40 upper 40s. Tuscaloosa conditions are mostly cloudy with a temperature of 25 degrees Fahrenheit. Mostly cloudy. The wind is blowing from the north at 9 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 44%. So they're talking about it getting here around noon tomorrow. So I guess Tuscaloosa, if they get the moisture, it should be probably by morning, I guess, over there. Um, don't know for sure. But yeah, and I'm looking forward to it because I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna go outside because Bella's gonna have to go outside. So of course I have to go outside with her. But that doesn't mean I have to stay for more than a minute at a time. But I'm gonna go out there, and if it snows, yeah, I'm gonna go out there. That'll be interesting. It is cold. I have got some containers that have some water in them from the last rain, and the ice in those containers did not melt today. It usually melts during the day and then refreezes at night, but it didn't melt today. It stayed frozen today because I think our high got up to 36 today, maybe. It's been cold all day. 30, I think maybe it was 30, might have been 38. I think maybe it was 38 at noon, at 2 when I was outside working in the yard. It was like 38 degrees, and I was like, what? Why are you out here? Uh, let's see. Weather for Manchester. Conditions are clear with a temperature of 5 degrees Fahrenheit, and the wind is blowing from the southeast at 0 miles per hour. The current humidity is 83%. Yes, okay, Greg. 40 would be nice. But right now, 30 sounds warm. Mike would probably be in sandals with 31. Mike wins with the craziest weather. I don't understand how you guys can even live with that bipolar weather. Can you drop the link so I can show you what I'm trying to do? Yeah, sure. Hang on just a second. I'm trying to remember. Oh, I was like, I'm trying to remember. I haven't dropped the link in so long. I'm like, I don't even know how to do that. Mm, hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. Mm, oh, she barking now. Okie dokie. That should be it. I don't normally drop the link, but yeah. There you go. Anyone I miss, I will talking to wife about her day. No problem, Mike. We understand that you have things that you need to do. Oh, Mike has only. That's funny. Has an only squirrels page. Yeah, you're funny. I'm sorry. Darcia, did you say you had to go? I missed it. Good night. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Hey.
You see, I'm looking crazy. So now I got to
Uh-uh.
show you this though.
You gotta
Look,
show.
hold on. Let me
You
put some on my head.
okay. It's like, no, you can't just not show up. That's funny. And now she gonna decide to bark. Why she gonna
Huh?
decide? Bella deciding to bark. She's like, oh, I'm ready to come
Okay.
in the house now.
See,
Okay.
so it's gonna be imperfect, but I'm trying to work on the hat.
Okay. So are you doing it flat and then you're just gonna sew up the sides?
I think so. That's how the
The pattern go?
yeah, but I got a multicolored, so it's gonna
Okay.
be multicolored.
You got my email?
Um, is it on your about?
It is. Hold on a
I'll get
second.
it
I
from
can
there.
put it. Banner, ticker, ticker. I'm trying to find it. There you go. FR Humphrey creates at gmail.com is what it
Mike
is.
said delete the link.
I did.
Okay.
I did, Mike. Thank you. Um, but yeah, FR Humphrey creates at gmail.com is my email. You can email me um pretty much any time. And I will if you want to, we can do a session
Oh,
in
okay.
StreamYard, but private.
Okay.
So you can see on the screen if you have questions or anything about it. Like I said, I have never done it. I've never made the booties before, Um, I don't know why I don't make them, except my kids didn't wear socks. You put them
Right.
on, they kick them off. I'm like, it's just something to keep up with, you know.
Yeah.
So
Um,
I,
he got big feet too, so for a preemie,
yeah.
so I'll probably have to see what size he wear too. It just seemed so like I'm struggling with this.
Mhm.
Um, so the booties was real like, yeah, that's just too much.
To me, it's easier to make things in the round than it is to make things flat. It's hard to learn how to make your edges straight.
Yeah.
But because you're gonna sew the sides together, that will fix a lot of it. That will kind of help fix it once you get it to the size you want. That'll fix a lot of it. But let me tell you a little secret for keeping your sides. Oh, God, she's getting more. Anyway. Let me tell you a little secret for keeping your it. I'm not good at counting, but if you
Hmm.
get good at counting, you, that will help you. But what will help you if you don't count well? What I'm trying to say. What am I trying to say? Use a stitch marker. Put a stitch marker in the first stitch and then the last stitch, because then you will know where that last stitch goes. Once you do that stitch before you do your turn, put the stitch
Hmm.
marker in there. So when you get back to it, you know I got to put a stitch there. And so you don't stop one stitch before the last one and keep, and then your rows start going like this.
Hmm.
If you have that marker there, you have something, that a visual to say, oh, I got to do one more.
LP say your dog going crazy. Go get him.
My neighbors already done come for me. I told y'all about my neighbor wrote a letter and left it on my fence about my dog barking so much at night, and please could I do something about it, because she had this and that and the other, and she about to have a baby, and da 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 da. Didn't I tell y'all she got two dogs?
Mm-mm.
Since then, she's got two dogs that bark at me every time I walk out of my house. I'm like, what? Okay. But and this is funny when and one of these days she's gonna come on here and she's gonna find me on YouTube and she's gonna see all my live streams where I talk about her. Uh, but it's funny to me because dogs will be dogs, and I'm gonna tell you right now, within earshot of my house, like I can hear them barking if they're outside barking. There's at least
Mm-hmm.
six dogs, six different households that have dogs that are outside day and night, that bark
Right.
day and night. So how you know it's mine?
Right.
She got two. The neighbor right beside her got two. The neighbor across the street from me got one, and the neighbor over there got one.
That's how people are.
Okay,
But yeah, I'm gonna email you.
but yeah, you can email me and or whatever you can get in touch with me. I generally will respond when I wake up. I'm usually asleep, but when I wake up, I respond.
Right. But I done went from um the single, I think, stitch to the double and a half or something like that.
Hmm.
Just I'm this like my second day.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. You can do it. I'm gonna. I'm trying to decide. I have. I think I'm gonna do crochet classes in my membership because
Okay.
I just now got monetized. And
Okay.
the funny thing about it is there's a ton of YouTube videos on how to crochet.
Yeah, but they be going real fast.
Honey, you can slow the speed down.
I didn't.
So
I ain't that.
go to the what is it called? Go to the settings button and
Mm-hmm.
you'll have playback speed, and you can slow it down to like 0.25.
Okay.
And it'd be so slow. It'll
Yeah, I
be
need that.
so slow. You can't understand what they're saying, but you can see what they're doing. So you can
Right.
slow it down. Um, I love Felicia, but no one gets a pass when their dog barks because the owner won't let them in. She talking to you. I'm a dog person and I have bark intolerance. She's talking to me. She's not distressed. She's not cold. She's not hungry. She none of that. She just saying, "Look, I know you in there and you talking to people, and I want to know what you're talking about. Are you gonna let me come in? Are you gonna let me come in? Okay, fine, fine. Y'all hold it down.
Look, I'm about to
Y'all,
go back in the comments, but
okay,
thank you. I'll
y'all,
email you.
okay, y'all hold it down. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna let her in. Y'all be there. Y'all just don't want to let me be. Don't want to let me be great, Bella. Trying to be great. And it's cold. I'm coming. I'm coming. Hold your horses. You better not run. You better not. You better not run. You thirsty? You need some more water? You need some more water? I put water in your bowl already. Okay, I'm back. And Hudson, um, let me show you. I don't know if you have stitch markers, but you don't have to use a stitch marker if you don't have any. But I'm gonna show you if I can find. Now, me finding something on this table is gonna be a miracle. Okay, these are. She is a big dog. These are the stitch markers. I don't know if you have any. I just bought them for the first time last year. I've been crocheting my whole life. I never used stitch markers before. You can use a safety pin. All it is a little clip. It's just a clip. Let me see if I can open it so you can see. It's just a clip on it. You can use a safety pin. You can use a Let me show you. Hold on. I've used earring before. So if this is your row and this is your first stitch and you put a marker in it, you can use a piece of string even. There are lots of things that you can use that will work. Um, where you just take your hook and pull a piece of string through to mark that that's your last stitch. So when you get to that string, you know that's your last stitch or your first stitch, right? You pull the string out, you do the stitch in there, you turn it, you put the string back in. The top of that stitch, you know that was your first stitch. So when you get back, you'll know that that's the stitch where you want to end. That's the one where you want to start. Same thing with the stitch marker. You put the stitch marker there, you do the stitch, you move it and put it up, put it back. And so then you know, and that helps to keep your line straight because then you know that you have exactly the same amount of stitches all the way across. I mean, you could count them, but who wants to count? Do a row and then count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, I'm lost already. I got to start all over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right. Count. And then when you get there, it's like, oh, How many was it supposed to be? That part. It's easier to just mark it. Like I said, you can use a little piece of thread, you can use a safety pin, you can use a hairpin, you can use a paper clip, you can use an earring, whatever you got that you can just slip under that little, you can slip under there and mark, this is my first stitch, this is my last stitch. That will help to keep your rows even. Because sometimes it's not easy to see it. Sometimes you can see some yarns you're working with, it's real easy to see, to tell, oh yeah, that's my last stitch, real easy. Some yarns you cannot see it, and especially dark yarns, you might not be able to see it. So yeah, that part. You're gonna learn to crochet in 2025. Okay. My dog will act like, man, let's go. And then we get outside and down the block, and she look around like, shoot, it's cold. I'm like, I told you. No, Bella be out here barking her head off. I come to the door. She see me at the door. She barking, bark, right, just barking. I step outside, walk over to her. She run away. Turn around, look at me like, you want to play? She go down. She come up. She fall down. Like, rub my belly, rub my belly. I'm like, you done bark like you done lost your doggone mind, and now you want to play, and it's 20 degrees outside. You better get your... That's why when I go to the door, I'm like, you better not run away. No problem, Hudson. No problem at all. But anyways, I was thinking about maybe doing some lessons, some introduction to crochet 101 lessons, doing some videos. I'm going to try to see how to do that. You guys who crochet or do crafting or anything, do you film it? What is your camera setup like? See, I have this tripod right here. I have a tripod that I can put my phone on, and I've usually film on my phone. But the problem is, where am I going to place the tripod so that you can see my hands? And I haven't figured that part out. Where I can do it for a little bit of a time, because the thing is, even sitting here in the position that I'm sitting here now, um, in this video, doing this live stream, at the end of this live stream, my legs and hips are going to be aching from sitting in this position like this for 2 hours, for 3 hours. I'm going to be aching. It's not a comfortable position. And then to be able to do that and to crochet with a camera at an angle is something that is like, look, I got to figure out a way to do this without hurting myself. And so anybody who is doing it, who's got got a good setup, I would love to see, a setup, or, have some ideas about it. I've seen a couple of things that might be workable, but I haven't seen anything that looks like, you know, I haven't seen anything that looks like, oh, that's just a thing that'll do it. So, but that's not going to stop me. I mean, that's not going to stop me. I just need to work on it. That's all. Bella, would you get somewhere and sit down? She pacing now. What are you doing? What are you doing? She's pacing the floor. I don't get it. I don't get it. So I use string. Leave it in. Sometimes keep count. Yeah, to keep count of the rows. Yeah, string works. String works. Like I said, I never even had um stitch markers until last year, and only reason I got them last year is because it came with. I bought a set of hooks that came with stitch markers and needles and you know all the things. Came with a whole bunch of stuff. a little case and all the things. And that's the only reason I got them then. But I do use them. I absolutely use them, especially we're not going back outside. You better get somewhere and sit down now. I'm not playing. Get up here. We're not going back outside. No. No. You should have took care of business while you were out there. Y'all see this? She get on my nerves with that mess. But and I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, you can use, like I said, a safety pin will work. A hairpin, paper clip, will work. String, a piece of string, a piece of yarn will work. Yeah, all of that for my husband. So, what's your main size hook that you work with? Um, my favorite is a G, a 4.5 G is my favorite hook. A lot of people, the 5H is their favorite. That's a lot of people's favorite, but my go-to is a G, and it might be because I'm a loose crocheter. If you're tight, if you crochet tight, um, then you might be a bigger size. But I'm a loose crocheter, so mine is a 4.5 G is my favorite, and I have the most. I have the most hooks in F's and G's. I probably have at least 5 each of F's and G's, um, and that's not including sets, like just individuals. Because if I'm out somewhere and I say, "Oh, I could probably make something while I'm here. Let me stop by the yarn store and pick up a hook and some yarn," and I'll pick up an F or a G every single time. Um, and the F is probably because I like working with baby yarn or sport weight, which is a little bit smaller than a worsted weight. Um, yeah, your tension will get better as you get more be able to relax with it more. Your tension will get um, better. It'll be get easier. Um, I usually recommend that people start off when you're learning. I recommend that people start off with a I or J or even bigger. If you have a set, pick the biggest one in the set and use that one to get started with, because it's easier to um, well, it's because it's easier to be able to see your stitches because the stitches are bigger. But yeah. Yeah, depends on the pattern, but I do go up one because my tension is tight. Yeah, if you crochet tight, you need a bigger hook. You just do. And I don't. I crochet very loosely. I have hardly any tension. I'm also a flute holder. I hold mine like this. I like a hook that has a flat spot for my thumb, and then those fingers just rest lightly on it. I'm pretty much balanced between those two fingers, and it's a light balance. If you guys have seen me crochet, you will hold on just a second, y'all. I don't know what's going on with her. She's not usually like this. Bella, what's wrong? You hungry? You want to go outside again? Or you want to eat? Come. Come. You want outside? Okay. What's going on? Huh? What are you looking for? Are you sick? Ugh, I don't know what's going on. She must Something's going on with her because she went out there and she immediately started licking the ground. So, but she was running around here pacing back and forth. Hey, Belt Loop, how you doing, Gary? Thanks for coming in. It's good to see you. Anyways, but yeah, if you guys have seen me work, if you've seen me crochet, you'll see that I um have have a really light hole. Let me see if I can show this. I don't know if I can show it. I'm not used to showing it on this camera, but a pretty light hole on the hook and on the work. It's very little tension in my hands when I'm crocheting, which is why I can crochet for a long time. Um, I think I missed a stitch. Anyways, gotta remember what I was doing here. I can't see. I can't see. That's why I wasn't crocheting tonight because I'm having a hard time seeing. My eyes have been messing with me. Um, Too much screen time today. Um, but yeah. But that's how I hold it. Um, and let me slow it down for you. Let me slow it down for you. But yeah. In fact, sometimes my stitches are too loose, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. But you can see how light I'm holding this. How really I'm just not there's not a lot of tension anywhere, not in my hands anywhere. But this is what I'm talking about. You see this stitch right here? You see that? I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can hold it up. See this stitch right here? There's a gap. You see that gap? That's not, you don't really want that in your work. You don't want that gap. That's a big gap right there. You want those stitches to be all the same size. But some of mine have gaps because they're too loose. And just in case you didn't see it earlier, yeah. Um, yeah, sometimes I'll have a place. It's easier to see from the other side. But if you can look from this side, if you look at this stitch right there, that stitch is substantially larger than the stitch before it and the stitch after it. I can't. Dang it, the light is crazy. And I should have tightened it up. See how much bigger it is? Um, that's how loose my stitches are. And sometimes I'll have to go back and I'll have a space like that and fix it. This pattern though is forgiving. And so um I don't worry about stuff like that. Um but um but yeah, you can work out your tension as you go. And like I said, I can slow it down so you can see how my hands work. And it's just hard because you're looking at the flip side of you're looking at the back side, not the front side. And that's the thing. I need a camera where I can show the front. And I don't, yeah. But anyway, yeah. Belt Loop says sometimes I don't see it when folks say hello and assume that sometimes they don't see it when I say hello. That's all good. Yeah, I'm that way too. I don't always see it when people say hello, but I do try to speak to everybody as they come in. And um, but if I missed you, hey, how you doing? And thanks for coming in. But anyways, I didn't want to work on this tonight. So let me put this back aside. I don't want to work on it right now. Um, oh. Belt Loop, what is the name of the website that has the meetups on it? I want to put that in my um Nightbot, but I can't remember the name of it. And I wrote it down someplace and I don't remember where I wrote it. So could you tell me what the name of it is? It's the webs. What, I forget what it is. Can you tell me what it is? Better yet, let me see if I can do this. I'm not trying to do that. Yeah, I know. Oh no, 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 no. I don't want to do that. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. That is exactly what I was trying to do. Hang on a second. He said, "Make me blue. Give me a jacket. Make me blue." But the deal is, Beltlube, that you can't get modded for a minute. You are now and forever always a mod over here. So thought I would tell you. Now that's your new job. Nope, not taking it back. You're gonna be a mod forever. Sorry. Y'all, he just dropped the list for the meetups and stuff. There's a website that I need to add it to my I need to add it to my Nightbot. I just didn't want you to think I was trying to get the people. No, you are the mod, man. You I, um you're it. Tag, you're it. Oh my God, I've got too many windows open, too many tabs open. Has a list of streams on schedule. Okay. Okay. So there's streams, events, downloads. Okay. Um, and the reason I wanted to add that is because I missed stuff last year and I'm mad about it. But I want to do that one. Um, Soul Family Network, Soul Family Expo is coming up first weekend in April. The third Thursday the 3rd through Sunday the 6th in Savannah. And then there is another one that's coming up in August, September. Um shoot. Um I don't know if they're gonna have the one for. I don't know if Petals from the Past is gonna have one this year or not. Um, yeah, there's one coming up in Texas in April too. Yeah. But anyway, there's a bunch of meetups and homesteaders and gardeners and preppers and the like. And there's a website for those. And so, and they're not, I mean, they're all over. So if you guys are interested in meetups with other people who are doing some of the same kinds of things or things doing people that you're doing things that you're not doing, um, check out the website. Um, yes, the crawfish kickback is in April. No, it's in May. Isn't it Memorial Day weekend, Unicorn Lady? I think it's Memorial Day weekend in May. It's gonna be in Texas. Anyways, my last live stream, I dropped links for those. I don't have the links up. I'm gonna try to put them up on my I'm gonna try to put them in my Nightbox so that Nightbot will drop them. Petals from the Past is one that they have here in Alabama. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours from my house, so I usually go to that one. Um, yeah. Hey, Auntie Ellen, how are you? It's good to see you in here. But yeah, if you guys are interested in meetups, check the schedule and see if there may be something in your area. Um, yeah. I enjoy Petals from the Past, especially because it's a really nice it's a really nice nursery and it's close. It's not super close to my house, so I don't go up there all the time. Um, I don't. It's not something that I would go. You know, I wouldn't on a Saturday. I wouldn't say, "Oh, let me go to Petals." I wouldn't do that because it's more of a uh um plan for it. Like I'm gonna have to go to Birmingham and get my car serviced, so on the way back I might stop by because it's kind of on the way back. That kind of thing, not so much I'm gonna run up there and pick up something. Anyway, I enjoyed it. Um, and it's kind of low key, small but not small. I mean, it's not a whole lot of people there, but it's kind of a whole lot of people there. So it's one of those where a lot of people come through, but there's not a whole lot of people there at the same time. Or if there are, they're spread out enough so it doesn't feel like a crowd. Y'all get what I'm saying? I can't. It's hard to explain. Yeah, and yes, there are some big channels that show up. Some big channels that show up there. Okay, my husband's from Pratt City. Okay, so yeah, and like I'm saying, I think it's because they have classes that are going on all the time. So there's a building that's away from where the vendors are in their tents, where these classes are being held, and there's people in there. And then there's people at the tents and things, and then there's the shop, and then there's the nursery itself. And the people are kind of spread out among all of those things. So it's like no concentration of people. I mean, the biggest concentration of people is in the shop, where they have the merchandise that you can buy. That's the biggest concentration of people. And if you're not, then yeah, you don't really that part. You don't really have to deal with that. So that's what I mean by it's a, there's a lot of people there, but it doesn't feel like a lot of people because they're not concentrated. Yeah, Hospitals was there. Yep, the first time. Um, Cog Hill was there. I don't remember Edie Family Farm, but I didn't see everybody. So, but yeah, Cog Hill and Hospitals were there. Um, at least one of the ones I went to. I can't remember if they were at both of them or not. Um, But there are some good. There's some, like I said, there are some big. Um, yeah, Sherry and Bobby came um, the last 2 years, and the Brown family came the last 2 years. Brown family, they cheat. They cheat because they got a little baby that is so doggone adorable that everybody stops by their tent just to see the baby. He is he is absolutely adorable. And so yeah, they're cheaters. They are cheaters, and you can tell them I said so. Yeah. But yeah, Soul Family Expo is gonna be in Savannah. And this is the fourth year. I think it's the fourth year for the Soul Family Expo. Thank you. You like my new look? Lydia thought I needed a change of pace, so this is me with my new look. I'm not going to be doing a lot of meetups this year. I am going to do the Soul Family Expo, and that may be the only one I do. I did too much last year, and as much as I enjoyed it, well, I might do Petals from the Past because it's local, but as much as I enjoyed myself doing it, and I really like meeting the people, um, I did too much last year, and I've got a lot going on this year, so I think I'm not going to do as many meetups. I'm trying. I've already got four trips planned this year, 4 or 5. See, I can't even keep up with it. I have 2 cruises. No, there's something else. Yeah, it's 4 trips planned for this year already, and that's more. Yeah, that part. I figure I would do a lot more when I retire in a few years from now. Yeah, Tammy and I can only do a few. It it takes some coordination for us to be able to do it. And my husband is busy. It's funny, we're both retired, but my husband is very busy. There are 2 nonprofits that he volunteers for, and both of them, um, he's got a commitment to them, and so um, we try to schedule around that. So like when we go to Savannah, we will be arriving late because he has a standing meeting on Thursday morning, and so we're going to go after the meeting. It and the people that are in those groups, they're counting on him to be there. It's not that he can't be there or he can't get a substitute or whatever, but when you commit to those things, you commit to those things, and so there's that. Um, And then the other thing is, we have Bella. And so if we're both going to something, that means we have to make arrangements for her, and she's getting older. I don't like to board her for more than 3 or 4 days. Sometimes I do, but I don't really like to, because it's stressful for her. And the older she gets, the more stressful it is for her. She does have some anxiety issues. And so yeah. And so we have to consider that, and how often we both are gone. If it's something that I'm just doing, or like Petals, when I'm just doing it and he can watch her, and so I can be gone for 12 hours or longer and not have to worry about her and not have to board her, then that's that. But when it's something that we're both going to, and it's longer than 4 days, um, that gets to be much, and I just don't like doing that to her. She's an old girl and she's a homebody. Yeah, you bring your pups with you. Petals is doable with the pups. It really is. But Bella's a big girl. Bella's 65 pounds. And so, yeah, she can ride in my car and I can bring her. But a lot of places that'll take dogs will take a small dog, but not a big dog. You know. Okay. Did Carrie say goodnight? It's after 2 a.m., so I'm gonna call it a night. Okay, Carrie. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you being here. But I'm gonna miss some of the ones. I'm still trying to talk myself. I don't know. uh, I'm still thinking about. I still have some there's some things I want to do. You know, there are things you just want to do. Um, but like the Alaska cruise, right now I'm still trying to figure out how we're gonna manage that. I think I have somebody who can sit for me for that because that's gonna be 10 days. I mean, the cruise is 6 days, 7 days, 8 days. I don't know however many days it is, but but we're gonna go a day ahead and we're gonna stay a day after. So that's tack 2 more days onto that. So that's 2 more days. And so I think I may be. Anyways, I'm trying to figure that whole thing out. My fur babies are the only children we will ever have. Yeah, I know you love your pet, but that's one reason why we don't have any. She's like your kid. Yeah, she's kind of. Well, you can take kids with you. There are places where you can't take pets, you know? So there's that. Before Bella, we had a Westie, and she was only 11 pounds. And we did take her a lot more places than we take Bella because Bella's so much bigger. But an 11-pound dog is a whole lot easier to travel with than a 65-pound dog. you know? A whole lot easier. Listening and going to quilt for an hour. Auntie Ellen, aren't you supposed to be sleeping? I'm just asking for a friend. Just saying. Y'all, I can talk to y'all, right? Why? Why is it that for some reason my body does not want to sleep at night? She's like, I had a nap. My body. Good night, Butler. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it, Gary. Better get off bed. It's been a long day. Didn't get home till about midnight. All right, you have a good evening. Get some rest, my friend. Yeah, why is it that for some reason I'm having a hard time sleeping at night? My body's like, yeah, yeah, let's stay up. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's like, yeah, we'll stay up. And I'm like, I need to go to sleep. Yeah, yeah, but let's just stay up a little bit longer. Yeah, yeah. But I really need to go to sleep. I'm, I'm like, what's up with that? And I was doing so good. I really was. I was doing well. I was getting closer to going to sleep at night and sleeping for about 5 or 6 hours. Okay, really 4 or 5. Well, really 3 or 4 hours. And then, waking up for an hour or two and then sleeping for another 2, well, maybe hour. Anyways, I was doing better. And now it's like, yeah, yeah, that's what it's like. I don't understand what's up with that. Yeah. Go to bed. Belt loop. I know. But what happens is my well, okay. Today I drank some coffee, so I know what's going on tonight. I will probably not go to sleep until after 5. And that's okay because on Monday nights I fully expect that I'm gonna get on here and I'm gonna be talking to you guys and we're gonna be having a good time. And even if I get tired and on here, it kind of hypes me up a little bit. And so when I get off, I'm gonna be wound up a little bit. And so it's gonna take me a while to wind down and it's gonna be late when I finally wind down enough to calm down enough and, you know, I can actually get to sleep. That's Mondays. Okay. But the rest of the week, I don't have no excuse. I have no excuse because I don't stay up. There was a time when I was doing lives Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Thursday night, and I was up those nights. And so it was an ongoing thing. And my body got really worn down and I got really tired and I got really cranky and I got really, all that stuff. But now I'm only doing it one night, sort of, kind of, mostly just one night. I mean, so why am I still staying up though? Because then I'm up and I'm going, well, I'm up. I might as well go live. Surely somebody else is up. Why don't I go live? And I was like, well, maybe I'll go live on TikTok. Surely there's somebody else up. And there's always somebody up, somewhere around the world. I like to say it, countdown from 10, belt loop. Oh, 10, belt loop. Not, what do we need to do? What are we going to get something for him? This is for you. So you can rest. Come on now. I know y'all can see it. I know you're okay. I have to be back at work in 4 hours, so I should say goodnight too. In fact, I'll leave you guys on, but good night. Good night, Unicorn Lady. Thank you so much for being here. See, y'all are so disciplined. That's it. I'm gonna learn from y'all. I am going to learn from you. I like to stay up like when I don't have to go to work so I can catch up on some things. And I've always been a night owl, Hudson, to be honest. I have, even when I was a little kid. I used to go to bed at night because my mom would make me go to bed. I'd go to bed at night, and then I would get up at 11:30. Why 11:30? Because I grew up in Eastern Time Zone, and the news came on at 11. And then 11:30, late night movies came on. And my sister would stay up and watch, was it Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis? Y'all remember the Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis movies? Somebody in here is old as I am. Auntie Ellen knows what I'm talking about. I would stay up with my sister and watch those movies. All of those movies, there was tons and tons of those movies that came on after 11:30, after the news went off at 11:30, and I would stay up and watch those movies. And then in the morning, I wouldn't wake up. My sister would get me up in the morning, and I would be standing like this, and she would dress me. And I would sit in the chair and I would go to sleep, and we would get school bus would come, and she would get me on the bus, and she would put food in my hand, usually a biscuit sandwich, in my hand. And then when we got to the school, she would make me get off because we all rode the same school bus and went to the elementary school first, and we got off there. She would push me off, and my teacher, the teachers met the younger kids at school, and I would get off the bus. So I got to school every day, and then by the time I got to school, I was about awake. Auntie Ellen, so that means you know about those movies because you have kids that are my age. And you didn't let them stay up and watch those movies. My mom did not know I was staying up watching those movies. Good night, Jamerica. Thank you so much for being here. But yeah, I stayed up with my sister. My sister's 10 years older than me, so that part. But she was functional. She made me functional the next day. The first hour or so I was not awake, but by the time we got to school, I was awake enough to go to school and do what I needed to do. To do what I needed to do. So, because like she was 10 years older, so like I was 6, she was 16. I was going to first grade. She was, in 11th grade. My son used to snack and watch Benny Hill. See? There you go. Yeah. But I've always been a night owl. That's always been my jam. And I've never been a morning person, and I can sleep with my eyes open because you had to go and I would lay down on my desk like this with my notes and my book so I could lay my head on my arm, but my notebook was under my face so I could look like I was taking notes. That's funny. My son used to sneak and yeah, 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 yeah. But yeah, I've always been a night owl, and even when I was working, you know, um, during fire season when we were doing a lot of prescribed burning or during wildland fire season, I always worked the night shift because they always needed somebody to work the overnight shift. Can you come in at 6? Can you work from 6 to 6? Yeah, cool. That was my shift. I would be in all night, and that was my shift. And then I hit the hotel in the morning, and I would sleep through the day. That was me. So, what are some of your for sure crops that you'll be growing in the spring? I always grow garlic and onions, and they're out there already. I've already planted garlic and onions, so they're doing their thing. They'll be fine. Um, I'm always growing brassicas. I've got kale, mustard, and collards and cabbage out there right now. I'm thinking that this cold is not going to be too cold for them. It might be. I don't know. Might slow them down, whatever. But yeah. But so those are the early spring crops. I'm gonna put out at the end of this month. I'm gonna be putting out um, peas, sweet peas, um, and probably some cilantro, culantro, celery. Um, they're probably not going to do anything, but I do it every year just because I want to be able to grow those. Even though I can't grow them, I want to be able to grow them, so I put some out every year. Um, and then after that, for sure, I'm growing candy roaster squash, North Georgia candy roaster squash, cucumbers, um, several varieties of cucumbers, green beans, butterfly pea, Jamaican sorrel. I ordered some seeds, didn't I? Trying to think if I ordered those seeds. Jamaican sorrel. I've got asparagus out there right now. I have gooseberry. I think it's a perennial. I had some. Yeah, gooseberry. Hey, Darth X. I need to find a prolific variety of cucumber that makes a good pickle. Um, what are the yellow ones that are around like this called? Lemon? Are they called lemon cucumber? They don't taste like lemon. They taste like regular cucumbers, but they're yellow. And they're about this big, and they produce a lot. That's a big producer. Somebody tell me what the name of that one is. I don't know if I'm gonna grow it again. I don't know. I love, I love cucumbers, and I will eat cucumbers every single day. I will juice cucumbers. Yeah, lemon cucumbers last year. You didn't like them, Darth X? I think they make a good pickle. I pickled mine. I pickled some when I had them. Because I had a lot. I had a whole lot of them. I juiced some. I pickled some. I ate some fresh. Um, oh gosh, now she's barking again. Uh, but yeah, the market more. Yeah. I think I grew market more this year. I can't remember. Grow. I have a lot of cucumber seeds. Somebody sent me some seeds. One of the seed fairies One of the seed fairies is in here, but another seed fairy sent me some seeds. Sometimes I'm tell you, I'm gonna tell you, the people in the garden community are awesome, because there are times when I will go to the mailbox and open up, and it's like, what is this? And it'll be somebody says, I was thinking of you, and it'll be 5 packs of seeds. And it's, nothing in particular, nothing, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I said, oh, I'm really looking for some blah 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 seeds. No, it's just somebody said, I think I'll send Felicia some seeds, and I get some seeds in the mail. That's awesome. I love that. I love that. So yeah, I have some pickle in the fridge right now, but I've had better. Oh, okay. Um, I like the National Pickling Cucumber. To be honest, I mean, that's probably one of my favorite ones for the just the taste of the cucumber itself. The National Pickling, yeah. But for me, they haven't been as prolific as the lemon. The lemon has been the most prolific cucumber I have ever grown. I got so many. Literally, I was like, I don't want another cucumber. But Market More, I think, is a pretty prolific one. I planted mine late this year, so they didn't do that great. And I'm gonna do both. What's that white one? Is it called the dinosaur egg or something? Or is that a eggplant? There's a white cucumber too. I can't remember. I think that one is pretty prolific as well. Oh my gosh, National Pickling. I'll try that one. I have that one. I'm trying to think. Let me go look and see. Oh, she's barking again. Let me go get her. I'll be right back, y'all. Y'all hold it down. And I'll get those seeds too. Let me see what I have. I really want to concentrate on squash, pumpkins, and watermelon. Okay. They say the taste is good with the potato one. I don't know that one. I need some lemon cukes. Squirrel stole all of mine. Didn't get any seeds. I don't know if I have any seeds left, Auntie Ellen, but I will look. I really want to concentrate on squash, watermelon, and pumpkins. I have some. I'll send you some, Auntie. Oh, thanks, Hudson. Okay. So I have. Can y'all? Why is? Can y'all see this? For some reason, what's going on here? Hold on a second. Okay, that didn't help. It didn't help at all. White spine, market more, market more. Bush pickle hybrid. I don't know. National pickling. Bushy. And that's all. That's what I have. And something has got a hole in it. Okay. And I got cucumber seeds on the floor. Oh. You okay, Bo? You ready to sit down? Okay. I think she's feeling a little better. Okay. Okay. I thought I had taped all these, but evidently I missed one. But that's okay. But yeah, that's what I have. It is blurry. I don't know why. It's blurry. I don't get it. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know. It's just not focusing. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea why it's doing that. It normally does better. And oh my gosh, I can't see anything. Try that again. Yeah. Usually it does better. I don't know. I've saved seed from a kabocha squash, so I'm planting those. Yeah. That's just what I have. Um, I don't. It appears that I don't have any more of the lemon cucumber seeds because, yeah, I organized my seeds, y'all. I'm so proud of myself. Y'all do not know how proud I am of myself for getting these doggone seeds organized. Yes. Um, I've got quite a few squash that I want to grow. Um, Hudson, I got some squash last year from Free Seeds, free heirloom seeds .org or whatever. Hold on, y'all. I just got a message from my husband, and he's supposed to be um somebody's my phone. Yeah, I'm about sick of these people. Anyways, that was my son. I thought it was my husband, but it was my son. But yeah, I got a bunch of squash seeds that I want to try. But you know what? I learned my lesson this year with squash. First of all, um, that Kusha squash, um, if you are afraid, if you are worried about um food, you know what I'm saying? If you worry about food, grow those. They're not picky. They're not picky. You put 4 seeds in the ground, and you're going to have enough food to feed your family. You put a dozen in the ground, you can feed your extended family and part of the neighborhood. Because I still got squash from 4 seeds. I have 4 seeds. I had 4 plants. The plants were in one bed. They grew out of the bed, along the side of the bed, climbed into another bed, put down some roots there, put down some roots in the grass, climbed up the side of the fence, grew down into another bed, put down some roots there, and they produced squash in every single one of my beds and on the ground over there where I planted 4 seeds. So yeah, I got some mad respect for squash. Um, if you serious about survival food, if you don't have some squash in the mix, and I'm not talking about summer squash. I'm talking about winter squash. These Kusha, North Georgia Candy Roaster. Um, I got some. I don't even know all the squash that I have. Hold on a second. Let me pull that container out here because I organized my I organized my seeds so I can just go over there and look and see one that says squash. Is that upside down? I can't even see. Squash. And North Georgia Candy Roaster. I don't know. Yeah. More North Georgia Candy Roaster. Some Kusha, a whole bunch of Kusha. Sweet dumpling squash. I don't know what it is. I ordered it. Um, we're not even gonna talk about that one. More Kusha. What is this? Oh, this is a dang it. What is it called? I can't read it. Red. What is it called? A red. Somebody tell me what it's called. I don't know. Some kind of a red squash. I forget what it's called. And I don't know why I have this squash. I picked it up somewhere. I didn't buy it because I don't buy Baker Creek seeds. So yeah. Red curry. That's what it's called. Red curry squash. And these almost all of my, I guess y'all can see, a lot of these are saved seeds. Either I saved them or somebody else saved them and sent me some. Some of them I bought, but some of them are saved seeds. So yeah. Kabocha squash is good. I have not. It's red curry. Kuri, I believe is what it's called. I couldn't read it because the letters are rubbing off, but I need to rewrite them on the plastic. Normally I put a paper tag in mine because sometimes the permanent marker will rub off the outside depending on what kind of marker you use. But yeah. I don't have any pumpkin seeds. I don't particularly care for pumpkin, but it's like if you like pumpkin, you might like the Kusha squash. doesn't, to me, it doesn't taste like pumpkin, but it's close enough because when I made my pumpkin bread recipe, which if anybody wants that recipe, let me know. Um, I think it's I think I pretty much put the measurements in the video when I made it, but if anybody wants it written out, I think I have it on the computer, so I can just email it to you. Um, it what was I trying to say? It tastes enough like pumpkin that when I made the pumpkin bread, I could not really tell a difference. It didn't taste any different than if I had bought the pumpkin in the can and made the pumpkin bread versus roasting that cushaw squash and making the pumpkin bread from that. So if you like pumpkin, you might like the cushaw. I did not try to make a pie from it, but I've got 4 of them on the table and some in the freezer. How about I've never tasted pumpkin, but I want to try it now. I've had fresh pumpkin. My sister one time decided that she wanted to make um pumpkin stuff, and so she bought a pumpkin and she roasted it, took the seeds out, roasted it. She did the thing with the seeds, the pumpkin seeds. I don't particularly care for pumpkin seeds, but some people like them. um I don't remember what she made out of it, whether she made bread, pie, whatever. I just don't particularly care for it. I mean, I can eat it. If you make a soup out of it, like a squash soup, I like a squash soup. And I can eat it if you make a pumpkin soup out of it. But yeah, that. I think is it acorn squash that they make the soup out of sometimes? There's a common squash that they make soup out of. Um, but if you make a pumpkin soup, yeah, I'll eat that. I will eat it. I don't. It's like I said. I never, um, I just don't care for it. Um, but yeah, but yes. So yeah, I went through. I organized all my seeds. I put labels on everything. I got room for more seeds. But yeah. And I don't know if you saw this or not, Hudson, but I also bought a. I know where to do with it. Hold on a second, I'll show you. Well, maybe. I don't know what I did with it. I'm looking. I don't see it. No, I bought a planner. And a garden planner. Not just a planner, a garden planner. I don't see it. That's what happens when you clean up and put stuff away. You can't find anything. When you're so used to having everything within reach, and then you put stuff away and you can't find it anymore. And your whole life goes crazy. I don't know what I did. Oh, there it is. What did I do with it? There you go. We talked about this a little bit last week. I bought this planner off Amazing, the AZ store online, and it's nothing special except it's cute. And I wanted some place to write down um, when to plant, what to plant, and all of that stuff, and what my plans were for the year. And so I got a planner to do it. And so I haven't written down everything, um, but my first step for getting organized for this growing season was going through my seeds. And while I've gone through most of the seeds, I still have a few saved seeds from a few things that I like to that I need to go through and label, organize, put in the appropriate containers for that. But yeah, so but it's nice. It's got little sayings in here. It's got little factoids of here in here. Um, it says if there's a rainbow at eve, it will rain and leave. Um, who knew? Butterflies taste with their feet. Wow. Pink hydrangeas, I cannot say that word to save my life, um, retain their color best in soil with a pH greater than 6.0. But anyway, so yeah, it has little sayings in there on every single day. There's either saying or a factoid or something like that. There's plenty of space to write things down in here. Um, there's room for notes on every month, and then there's a month calendar like that. Oh God! And then they break it down on into a weekly like that. So there's plenty of space to write on. And I just it's fun. The funny thing about it is I was not looking for this at all. I was looking for something else, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. And the reason I say I was not looking at anything, I have 3 planners. I'm not like Gina or Tia. I don't have 5 planners. I usually only get 1 planner, but for some reason this year I got 3 planners. Um, and I don't have that much to plan. Well, actually, I have 4 if you count my phone. The planner that I use the most is my phone. Um, my phone. I don't really need this. I keep a calendar in my craft room area where I have my um, hydroponic units. The calendar on the wall there is where I write down all of my gardening stuff. That calendar is for that. And so when I drop seeds, I write it on that calendar in there. It's just a wall calendar. It's not a lot of space. But when I drop seeds, the day I drop the seeds, I write that on the calendar and what seeds I drop. So I know, when I dropped it and how long it's been in there and if it's germinated, that kind of stuff. It's on that calendar. So I don't need this for that. My regular planner is when I write down when I drop stuff for outside. And so I don't need this for that. And then and then my phone is for, the normal things in life that I have to do because I can set reminders up and notifications and things like that for that. So I don't need this. Um or the other 2 planners that I have for that matter. But it's cute. So yeah, so just saying. It's cute. And if you're a gardener, you should have a gardening planner, right? For your garden. I think it's interesting because um um a lot of things that you have to do in the garden are timed. You know, when do you plant? Well, it's, 6 weeks before your last frost date or um 2 weeks, after the threat of frost um or 6 weeks before your last frost date. How long till germination? It takes 3 days to germinate. It takes 5 days to germinate. It takes 10 days to germinate. How many times? How long till maturity? Well, 90 days to maturity or something. A lot of things in the garden have these times on them. They're not necessarily set in stone times, but they're in general times. And if you don't think about it ahead of time, um, then time catches up with you because if your last frost date is let's say March 15th and you need to start things indoors um 6 weeks before that, then uh let me just say this. You might need to start next week, right? You might need to be dropping seeds next week. If you're dropping 6 weeks before your last frost date, indoors, if you're starting it indoors, and if you're dropping stuff outside 6 weeks before your last frost date, like, I think my peas, I think I can drop peas next week. But it doesn't seem like I should be dropping anything next week. So, yeah, that part. Would you say, Darth X? If you've never tried kombucha, that's one to try. Yeah, a lot of people have said kombucha is really good. There are a lot of people who say, I've heard a lot of people say that if they're not going to grow anything else, they're going to grow that one. I don't have seeds for it. I haven't grown it before. I'm not trying to get any more seeds because I really want to grow the candy roaster this year. I'm trying to decide whether I want to start it early or late. And I can't decide which. I might do both, but I'm afraid to do both. Last year, my candy roaster, I only got 2 of them, and I had to cut them young. They were good size, and they were good, but I had to cut them young because um bugs, and that's the other thing. I need to write this down right now. I got to figure out when I need to spray my trees because it's time. I think it's almost time. Seed starting trays are expensive, like from Epic Garden and other company. I don't use seed starting trays. I haven't had much luck with seed starting trays. I have a couple of them. I've picked up a couple over the years, and I just have not had much luck with them. I like to use the little cups that you can get from the Dollar Tree, the smaller cups that you can get from the Dollar Tree, and I put my starting mix in those. Now I will put them in a tray that has a cover over it, but I don't use the small things. For whatever reason, I have trouble maintaining my moisture level in those. So yeah, that part. Um, what did I say I was gonna write down? Oh, when when to spray my fruit trees. I gotta figure that out. That's why I need some land. I want to plant everything. Yeah. Greenstalk and bootstrap ephemera have rugged seed starting trays. I want a greenstalk. I definitely want a green stalk, and I'm trying to um talk about it enough that the universe will know. Putting it out there. I want a green stalk this year. Not only do I want one this year for early planting because I want one for my herbs. Um and I'm probably gonna just go buy myself one for my birthday. My birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. It's not my birthday, y'all. I'm just saying that. I might for my birthday. I'm buying myself a crease for my birthday, for my birthday, for my birthday. I still have one in a box, and I'm mad at you about it because there's people out here who want that and want to be using it, and you got one in a box. So I'm mad about it. She's like, I don't care. Get over yourself. I don't care. uh, but yeah. Anybody in here growing fruit trees? When do you spray your fruit trees? What do you spray them with? How often do you spray them? I know that you're supposed to get at least one dormant spray in with mm, with I forgot what you do, what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is. I have all the stuff. I bought the stuff last year, so I have all the stuff. I just need to mix it and spray it, but I just need to figure out the timing of it. But I know you do one dormant. So yeah, I got to spray my fruit tree. There's one dormant season spray that you spray, and then once the buds break, there's a different spray that you use that you spray with. And I have both of those things, and I need to spray. And since we're getting cold weather, I'm thinking the dormant spray needs to probably happen soon. Um, soon. Darthex, you got one too? Lord. I don't know what I'm gonna do with y'all. You know what? I would pray for y'all, but it's not nice to pray for people when they don't ask for it. So, did y'all know that? I was taught that as a kid. When people don't ask you to pray for them, don't you be praying for folks. Um, um, yeah, I'm zone 9A8B, so the clock is ticking. Yeah, yeah, for spraying trees. That's me. I'm 8B. I'm 8A, 8B. Um, and the clock is ticking because, like I was saying, we were out and about, and the maple buds are swelling already. The trees are red. It's like, what's going on? What's going on? My blueberries are trying to bloom. Um, Now hopefully this cold this week is going to set everything back a little bit, but hopefully it doesn't kill it because it's already tender and trying to grow. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. There's something going on here that's making me crazy. Let me see if I can take that off. Ticker. I think, I don't know, whatever. I can't deal with it. Y'all, let's see. I'll give you a 5-minute warning. I'm gonna get off of here in about 5 minutes. But thank you so much for being in here. I have enjoyed the conversation tonight, and um, it's been good. Um, is there anything in particular that you guys want to talk about? Do you just like the kind of random talking, the way things are going right now? If there's any, if there is, just let me know. I bought the soil on clearance. It's expensive to fill those green stalks. Yeah, I have one bag of soil in the back of my truck, one bag of soil in the back of my car, and 2 bags of soil in the garage. I usually keep it all in the back of my truck because I have an old pickup truck that's in my yard. It's a '95 pickup truck that's in my yard, and I need to get rid of it. But I usually keep everything in the back of my pickup because it's the perfect working height, and so I don't have to bend over. I don't have to bend down and lift things up to move them around or whatever. It's just I can just slide it to the end of the tailgate, and it's a good working height from there. And once I get things where I want it to be, I can just dump it into my wheelbarrow and mix it up. And it's, you know what I'm saying? It's just easier to work with. So I usually keep stuff there. Finish sewing, rolling some cotton yarn to crochet when I go to the doctor's appointment today. I hate waiting. You and me too. I always take something to work on when I go. Oh, y'all. Oh, I don't know if I should do this or not. I want to show y'all something, but I'm not sure that I should. So now I'm saying, yeah. I don't like doing unboxings. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I do not like doing unboxings. But sometimes I want to share with y'all stuff. This is yarn stuff, and let me show you. Yeah, this is yarn stuff. Um so let me get this. Hang on a second. I'll be right back. I don't know what's wrong with me. Oh. It's not a real unboxing, but I want to show y'all what I got. No, this ain't it. I just wanted y'all to see this squash. This is the 9 pounder that I harvested earlier this year, and I think I'm gonna bust it open and go ahead and roast it and freeze it. Um, because I just want to. But yeah, if you grow this, how many of these can you eat? I have one, the 9 pounder. I've got 3 more over there that are smaller than this, that, about 4 pounds each. So, but anyways, I got some yarn, y'all. Oh my God. It took forever for it to get here. So, there's that. It was stuck in customs for a long time. But I like, oh, this is so pretty. It's cotton. This one is 100% cotton. I don't know what I'm gonna make out of it, but I'll make something out of it. I don't know what. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, because their company is in where is this company? Denmark? I don't know. Somewhere. I don't know where the company is. I think it's Denmark. Um so that's one. I got several of those. This is a different one. Isn't it pretty? This one's a mix. What is this one? Copenhagen. Yes. This one is a mix of something. 50%, 55% cotton and 45% acrylic. This one's super soft. This is a thin, the weight is thin. Hold on. There you go. Y'all can see the weight of it is thin. It's a 2 or 3 weight. I don't know what it is. I don't know. 437 yards. I'm gonna make something, probably a sweater or something like that out of it. Isn't it pretty? And I don't know how many of those I got. I got enough of those to make something big. I got enough of the other one to make something big too. Oh, these two go together. Woo, look at those colors. Anyways, that's the cotton blend. Pretty. I don't even remember what I ordered, y'all. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So I got, heck, let me make sure. Nope, I got a different color. This is a different color. I want to make a sweater out of this. This will be so pretty. Kind of like a cardigan. This one's 100% cotton. It's the same as this one. It's just a different color of the same yarn as this one. And this one has how many yards? Lord have mercy, I can't read. This one has 229 yards on it. And so 200, it takes about 800 to make a cardigan. This one's a light worsted weight. It's not quite. I would say it's a 3 or 4 weight. A 3 or small 4. I think it's light worsted is what it's called. This one looks bigger, but it's not really. It's the same. It's the same. And so I think that's all. I think that's, Yeah, I got, what did I get? Yeah, I got three of these, and two of these, and two of these, because this is way more yarn than that. And I'm thinking I might knit this one. I'm thinking. Why are they smaller? This, so yarn comes in weights, and so like this yarn right here, which is, I don't even know what it is. This is a 4-weight yarn. And that just tells you how thick the strand is. That's a 4. And so you can get anything from the sizes go from thread, from actual crochet thread, up to um thicker, I forget. See, I'm having a hard time with words. But yeah, they come in sizes. And so used to, it was like worsted or light worsted or sport or baby or fingering or sock yarn. They all have a different size on them. But most people work with the 4-weight yarn all the time. And so this is 100% cotton. This came from the dollar store. And this is a 4-weight, 100% cotton. As you can see, that one is smaller than the 4-weight. This one is also smaller, but not much. It's almost the same size as the 4-weight. So that's why I say it's either a 3 or a light 4, because it's close to the 4-weight. The normal skeins of yarn, now it depends on where you get it from. Like this one, this from the dollar store, this is only 100. No, it's 87 yards. This is over 229 yards. So do the math. Even though this only costs you $1.25, how many of them you're going to need before you have this much? How many of them you're going to need to make a sweater? If I'm going to need 3 of these to make a sweater, how many of these am I going to need to make a sweater? See what I'm saying? So you just gotta do the math. And then when it comes to the size of it, I was looking to see if I had some, and I think I do, because hold on, maybe I don't. I thought I had one right here. Normally I have everything right beside me. But I can't find it. Oh, here's one. This one. This is another 100% cotton yarn. And it is I don't know what size this is, honestly. I think this is a 3. Lord knows I can't find it. I never can find it if it's even on there. It may not even say. Sometimes they don't say, especially like this one. This one is from, oh, this is a sport weight, so this is a 3. If they're from a different country, sometimes they will have the name of the weight on it instead of the number of the weight on it. But this is a 3 weight. It's also 100% cotton, and this one comes out of Mexico. These are out of, actually they're manufactured in Turkey, but they're sold out of Denmark. Um, and so, but yeah, I'm excited for 100% cotton yarn is hard to find. It's not hard to find. You can find it. Like Hobby Lobby has a nice worsted weight cotton yarn called I Love This Cotton, but I don't buy from Hobby Lobby because I don't buy from Hobby Lobby. And so I'm always looking for other places that I can get yarn. Like I said, I got from, there's a boutique place in Houston. This is out of Mexico. They have a bunch of yarn. I love it. I love it. I love it. And yeah, yarn.com has a bunch of yarn, and they have really good sales on it. And the thing about cotton yarn is acrylic yarn is basically that, it's acrylic. And so it's it's like a plastic, and it holds heat. It's not a breathable fabric, and it's not there's nothing wrong with it. I like acrylic and I work with acrylic, but I don't work with acrylic in the summertime because it's hot. It's hot to work with. It's hot, on your lap. It's hot. I like to work with cotton yarn in the summertime, and I like to use yarn to make summer garments. They're lighter in weight. They flow differently, and they feel different on the skin. I like them for summer. I don't like to wear acrylic in the summertime. It's too hot for me. If you live in a cold climate, you can wear acrylic year round. Or, wool. I don't work with wool hardly at all. I do have some, but I don't work with it hardly at all because it's just not cold enough here for wool. But wool has some good benefits, like you can stay warm even when you get wet with wool because it's still insulating even when wet. But anyways, that's enough about that. But yeah, I'm excited. I got some new yarn. Um, I might do a video about it. I might not. I haven't decided what I'm going to make with it, but I kind of have. I had something in mind when I bought it, and I bought enough that I could make. I want to make garments. I want to make things that I can wear. I don't want to make This is not yarn for blankets. Although you can make 100% cotton blanket. I used to make those for babies all the time. But anyway, y'all have a good night. Thanks so much for coming in. And I will see you guys around. Next week, I'll be on Monday night at, come on, I'll be on Monday night, 11 Central Time as normal. Yay, we got yarn. Yay. Night, everybody.